buy these powerful Yu-Gi-Oh cards before they skyrocket in price. Big dogs, about a week ago, I made a previous video telling you guys about cards that you should buy, and you didn't take it well. The views, terrible. Why don't you like me? But one thing that I've learned as a person is to ask you guys for help. I spent some time tooling and floundering, wondering why my video isn't doing well. And what I came up with is that I'm not giving you enough jam-packed action. So in today's video, not only will I be talking about cards that will skyrocket in price, I'll also even be mentioning cards for the Genesis format and talking about cards that have skyrocketed in price and if they're worth the buy. How's that for a content creation plan? Am I doing it? Am I doing it? You're excited? Let's go ahead and jump on in. What's going on with y'all, big dogs? And it is an amazing day for Yu-Gi-Oh! It's also amazing because my girls won in our flag football game. Holy crap! I hope that your day phenomenal. But if it isn't, don't let what happened at the beginning of your day ruin the rest of your day. So the cards that you should be buying, let's go ahead and jump into it. I actually want to start off this video with a card that has skyrocketed in price, and it's one of my favorites, Forbidden Chalice. A card that is incredibly strong and has been strong for quite some time. It is a quick play spell card that allows you to negate any monster on the field, but it gives it 400 attack. For the people that don't know, that's actually a benefit. It means that Forbidden Chalice can be used in the damage step, and it can be used against monsters like flip effects, even though that doesn't really come up. The reason why Forbidden Chalice is one of my favorite cards of all time. Hold on, I gotta go get the beer. You see, back in my days when I played Gladiator Beast as a youngin', one of the cards I absolutely hated was Raikou the Lightsworn Hunter. But since Forbidden Chalice can be activated in a damage step, they can stop it. And it also can stop a ton of other things. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, Gladiator Beast is the strongest deck in the world, and I don't care what you have to say. It's good in TCG, Modern, Master Duel, Genesis. Hey, don't you go away from me when I'm talking to you, sonny. It's a card that can be activated like a trap card during your opponent's turn, and also has applications on your own monsters, because sometimes you may want your monster effect negated, even if it is just for the 400 attack. The reason why Forbidden Chalice is getting bought out, it's simply because Steven Trifanowski won YCS Lima and he was playing the card. But if you guys have watched enough of my videos and my streams, you would know that I've been saying it's a crazy card. I'll catch you guys on stream today, by the way. Around 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I gotta coach my girls. I think that Forbidden Chalice's price is 100% valid. It's viable not only in this format, it's also viable in the older formats, and of course, Genesis. And speaking of Genesis, that's where I want to talk about a card that I think players should be buying out. Forbidden Chalice is an amazing Yu-Gi-Oh card, and the benefit is that it comes in multiple rarities. You can get it Common, Super, Ultimate, I love my ulties, Ultra, you can get all. There's also another card that comes in fewer rarities, but still is really powerful for the format. I think that Breakthrough Skill is a crazy good Yu-Gi-Oh card. If Forbidden Chalice is my favorite spell card, Breakthrough Skill is my favorite trap card, so it may be a little bit of biasness here. What Breakthrough Skill does is that it targets a monster on the field and negates its effect. Then in the graveyard, except the turn it was sent there, on your turn you can banish it to negate a monster's effect. It's technically a quick play card or a quick effect. It's a trap card, but it's activating in the graveyard. You get what I'm saying? This card is actually completely cracked in Genesis, with cards like Effect Veiler, Ash Blossom, and even Ghost Mourner costing points to play. Breakthrough Skill offers an alternative, albeit slower, but also provides a little bit of board break. You get a little bit more benefit with Breakthrough Skill than Effect Veiler, not only because of the point cost, but also because it's graveyard effect, which, by the way, does come up. The reason why Breakthrough Skill was phased out in modern Yu-Gi-Oh is because it was a trap card. It was really slow. But in Genesis format, it just may have found its perfect tempo. Decks aren't incredibly fast, trap cards are a lot more viable, and Breakthrough Skill is right there breaking out skills. Me personally, I've always had my ultimate rare copies, but I even went ahead and picked up some QCR copies because Konami did decide to give us that in QCR for some reason. And while I have your attention, I just have two things for you. If you guys are picking up these cards from TCG Player, make sure to use my TCG Player link down below in the description. And also, if you need premium protection, go Raven Wing. Or Magnum if you need that type of protection, because you probably a dog for buying Raven Wave. Raven Ring is hands down the best sleeve in the entire universe. So when you guys go to TheCaliEffect.com and you pick up these sleeves, not only are you supporting the channel, you're getting the cheapest sleeves on the market, and you're also getting the best sleeves in the world. Universe. So make sure you guys are going to TheCaliEffect.com and purchasing your sleeves today. You can also get other crazy things like my mats, because they're crazy cool too. Now let's move on to a little bit of modern Yu-Gi-Oh, because that may be where your pacing is at. And let me know down below in the comment section if you guys like that I'm giving you information on multiple formats. I think that this could be really good for you if you're an investor or if you play multiple formats. But even in the worst case, you get a heads up on cards that are about to go up in price, and you also get the 411 on the cards that have skyrocketed and if they're valid. I think that Bramble Rose Dragon is one of those low risk, high reward cards. It's a secret rare out of the Dooms of Dimension set, and I think that this set is a little underrated. Now, the reason why I say it's a little underrated because the trajectory is closer to Duelist Advance. This card says each time your opponent activates a monster effect, you can inflict 600 damage to them, and if you do, all monsters they control lose 600 attack. I do not think that that's why the card's good, but hey man, look, they be activating effects. Its other effect says during the main phase, you can tribute summon this card to special summon one Black Rose Dragon from your extra deck, and it's treated as a synchro summon. I want you guys to keep in mind that Black Rose Dragon is a win effect, and for people that don't necessarily understand, if you activate the effect of Bramble Rose Dragon as Chain Link 2 or higher, summoning your Black Rose Dragon, you will miss the timing of being able to blow up the field, which means that you probably can't use Bramble Rose Dragon in response to your opponent's cards, but you definitely can use it when your opponent has that nice sexy board to summon Black Rose and ruin the board. Another really cool thing about Bramble Rose Dragon is that obviously you can use it on your opponent's turn, but also you can banish this card from your graveyard to special summon a level 4 or lower plant tuner from your graveyard. That effect in my mind screams Ultimate Slayer, Dogmatica Punishment, and a host of other just send this card straight to the graveyard targets. I think this can be really useful for a plant-based Yu-Gi-Oh deck, or maybe even a Synchro deck that can abuse Synchro 7s, which eventually means that you can summon Black Rose on your opponent's turn. We already know how powerful cards like Torrential Tribute is, but it's a trap card, so that's the problem. Bramble Rose Dragon at about $2 a copy probably should at least be investigated, especially considering that it's a secret rare. I also think that it's a pretty good idea to pick up Raid Rose Rich. Roddy Rich. This card says plant tuners can't be destroyed by card effects. Who cares? I mean, I guess it stops you from being Black Rose. But it also says if this card is synchro summon, you can send up to one plant monster from your deck and extra deck to the graveyard. Huh? So you telling me I can send the Bramble Rose and the plant tuner? What? At $1, I think that this card is 100% worth it. Now let's move on to a card that has skyrocketed in price in Fossil Dyna Pachycephalo. Now I'm not gonna lie, Fossil Dyna is a complete menace. This card has two effects. When it's flipped face up, it destroys all special summon monsters. Pretty good. But also, while it's on the field, neither player can special summon monsters. And if you guys haven't noticed, players love their Floodgates. The reason why this card is being looked at, especially right now, is because Mitsurugi players have been using Gallant Granite to search this card. And seeing that Mitsurugi players don't need their normal summon, they can just slap this bad puppy on the side of the field. I think that Fossil Dyna's price, as much as I like Fossil Dyna Pachycephalo as a monster, look-wise, probably one of my favorite Floodgate monsters alongside of cards like Thunder King Ryo. I don't think that this is valid. The thing about Yu-Gi-Oh metas is that they always move forward and players always try to innovate. Me personally, I wouldn't be confident in this Yu-Gi-Oh meta that Fossil Dyna is a mainstay. It feels like a card that got off more on being a surprise factor, but now that players are more prepared for it, it's not gonna go too far. Jumping right back to that Dooms of Dimension set, because I'm not done with the investments in here. Guys, you can call me a hopeless romantic. I said buy DDD cards. I'm still telling you to buy them. I told you to buy chalices a million years ago. I'm still telling you to buy it. So when I say this, I think that 100% it is more about the cost benefit analysis. Having these cards and not necessarily needing them than needing them and not having them. The Radiant Typhoon engine is interesting. How this deck works is that the monsters can be special summoned to your side of the field if your opponent has no spell and trap cards, or if you have Mystical Space Typhoon in your graveyard, and they have some pretty cool effects. But where they f***ed up at is a lot of them are level 3. You're telling me if I go first, I can summon 2 level 3s to my side of the field, and it's searchable? I think right now is the perfect time to pick our Radiant Typhoon Chance, simply because this card can add Mystical Space Typhoon or the Radiant Typhoon monsters from your deck or graveyard to your hand. But then there's also Radiant Typhoon Swim, the card that can special summon itself to the side of the field and add a Radiant Typhoon spell or trap card from your deck to your hand, as well as Mystical Space Typhoon. I'm also not opposed to picking up Radiant Typhoon Phonix, the Great Flame, simply because it's really cheap. I don't know what we'd be doing with that level 9 monster, but hey, 74 cents is 74 cents. Now I have two last cards. One is a Genesis card and one is a card that got bought out. My Genesis card is a little bit of a copium take, just a little bit. But hypothetically, if Genesis has been going the way that we've been testing and traps are actually good, then Forbidden Lance is a crazy Yu-Gi-Oh card. I want you to think about it. Forbidden Lance allows you to be able to reduce the attack of a monster by 800. Since battling is back and traps are back, then Lance actually has battle implications. But then there's also the ability to make yourself unaffected from cards like Breakthrough Skill, Fiendish Chain, Vanquish Soul, Snow Devil, Forbidden Chalice. The list of applications for this card does go on. Hell, you can play out Dark Ruler no more. I think Forbidden Chalice may have found its perfect spot in this format, but it could also just be the boomer me talking. Right now, Forbidden Chalice, I think for QCRs are only $3. Or Forbidden Lance, I'm sorry, Forbidden Lance. But if you want to go full down the copium hole for me, just buy all the Forbidden cards. I mean, can't really lose. It's a good idea. It's a good idea. My copium never ceases to amaze me, man. I'm buying some right now as we speak. I'm gonna have my 3 QCRs. And lastly, the cards that are going up in price right now are some of my favorite cards. I genuinely don't know what is up with this format and cards that I really like going up, but I'm all here for it. The Man with the Mark, Anubis the Last Judge, and Treasures of the Kings are all skyrocketing in price. This is simply due to the Odeon strategy winning a YCS and Primite Odeon being a pretty powerful deck. While I do have to say that I absolutely love the Odeon strategy, I'm gonna give my truth. I don't think that this strategy is good for TCG Yu-Gi-Oh! Basically, I'm saying I don't think that it'll be a lasting thing. Odeon is actually a Yu-Gi-Oh! Strategy that goes up and goes down. Hell, my man, it's sometimes like when you get a girlfriend. Sometimes the feeling's up, sometimes the feelings are down. I don't think that is a good idea to panic buy the high-end versions of your Odeon cards, but the lower end cards are still fair game. Man with the Mark is only $5 as opposed to the $40 collector rares. Anubis the Last Judge wasn't even played in the YCS's deck list. While I do think that this deck does have Genesis applications, it's actually pretty fire and still could pop up in the TCG from here and there, especially in regional formats. Buying the high-end copies, you're probably better off waiting until the price cools down. Kind of like how I'm still waiting for Olconics to drop down in price. But it's not gonna drop down in price! Dinka, look. I don't know if you watch these videos or not, but you need to pay attention. Stop doing things with the deck. I need QCR copies of Olconics, okay? Help a player out! And if any of you guys have any QCR Olconics, please hit me up via email, because until then, I'll catch you on the next video. I'm gonna go sulk or something.